Hey guys, welcome back to Lando Plays. Hope you're having an amazing day. In this video, we're going to be going over all the areas and topics where I feel like Darth Maul could return in future shows. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So, areas that I could see Darth Maul return is the Lando Show, Bad Batch, Kenobi, and possibly the Acolyte Show. So, the first area where Darth Maul could return is in the Kenobi Show. I think at the end of the show we will get the last duel between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Maul. As we know in Star Wars Rebels, this scene has already taken place, and personally it was my favourite scene in the show and in all of Star Wars. But how cool would it be to see this scene in live action and finally bring an end to Darth Maul's suffering that he had experienced through his life? From firstly being pushed aside from his former master Darth Sidious or Palpatine, and through all the torment he had just to seek out his revenge for Kenobi for what he did to him back on Naboo so many years prior to this last and epic showdown. This is basically how I could see Maul returning in the show, but a few days ago I did see the timeline for the show, and Kenobi is going to be taking place during the start of the Solo movie, but that's when it starts. We don't know where it ends. Obviously all these topics I have are just theories and ideas for where I think Maul could return, and yeah, that's basically where I can see him returning in the Kenobi Show. So moving on to the Lando Show. As we know, at the end of Solo, a Star Wars story, we get to see the return of Darth Maul in live action, as the last time we seen him in a movie was Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. In this scene, Maul is now Old Master and not Darth Maul, as he's now named himself this during Star Wars Rebels. And he speaks to Kira or Quira that she must meet him on Dathomir. Now, the timeline where Lando series is going to be taking place is after the Solo movie, apparently, and we don't really know a lot about the show at all yet, but I'm pretty confident that Donald Glover is going to be returning to play Lando in the show. The show is obviously going to be mainly about Lando and his life during the time of the Empire, and we may see the start-up of Lando's system, Cloud City or Bespin. But this doesn't mean we can't see any Darth Maul in some scenes, as Quira or Kira is the type of assassin or spy for Maul. He may give her some missions to spy on Han or Lando while he stays on Dathomir, fueling his rage and trying to locate his former rival, Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's basically where I could see Maul coming into the Lando Show, because obviously he had a big part in the last scene of the Solo movie, which was great to see him again. But obviously we know he doesn't kill Han, Lando, Chewie or any of them because they're obviously in further movies, but it'd be cool to see him develop Kira or Quira's character, because she was really good in the Solo movie, and I'd love to see how her character and her story develops, because she kind of fights like Darth Maul as well, as we see when she fights her master during the movie. So yeah, that's basically where I see Maul coming into the Lando Show. Moving on to the Bad Batch. This may be a long shot, as we have had now 2 trailers of the Bad Batch show, and there's been no sign mentioned theory of where Maul could come into it. But as the Bad Batch pretty much takes place after season 7 of the Clone Wars, we may see him. Personally, the theory I have is that the Bad Batch somehow end up on Dathomir, mainly from hiding from the Empire, or if they've been chased by the Empire to Dathomir. And this is how we could see Maul. Now, as we know, really all the Night Sisters had been killed by the droids during the Clone Wars that were led by General Grievous. Maul could have taken over Dathomir and is now ruling it by this point after season 7 of the Clone Wars. During the second trailer, we were introduced to a new character named Omega. Now, we see her wielding a kind of bow in one of the fighting scenes during the trailer. This bow was used by the Night Sisters of Dathomir, and this is where I think this is basically how she acquires the bow, by being on Dathomir with the Bad Batch and maybe meeting Maul. And if they do find Maul and the Empire does follow them to Dathomir, I feel like Maul will help them escape or just defend themselves, as Maul hates everyone that tries to prevent or prolong his next and last encounter with Kenobi. I feel like that'd be a really cool fighting sequence to see Maul in an animated show again, because he was great in during all the Clone Wars. His design and his appearances was unreal, and I feel like this would be a great way to see Maul in the Bad Batch show. Now, moving on to my last area where we could see Maul is at the end of the Acolyte Show. If they do in fact go the route with Darth Plagueis and a young Palpatine in the show, at the end it would be so awesome to see how Palpatine first encountered a young Maul. I feel like this would be the most unlikely way that Maul could have returned, but how cool would it be to see how Maul first encountered his future master Darth Sidious. I feel like if he is going to be in the show, he'll just be at the very, very end of how maybe a quick scene or something like that. But it would be really cool to see a young Maul and see if he was so skilled even before training with Palpatine or Darth Sidious. And yeah, these are my areas of where I could see Darth Maul return in any of the shows in the future. Hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you leave your thoughts and theories where you think Maul could appear in the comments below. Guys, hope you had an amazing day. Make sure you like, subscribe and comment anything else you've seen on my channel. Guys, make sure you stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.